Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at Between Two Castles, the Essential Edition. This is going to be from Stonemaier Games, where we got our copy for review from, and this game here is going to go and be the combined version of Between Two Castles, the Mad King Ludwig, and Secrets and Soirees, which was the expansion for Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig. And now you don't need to say that super long title. You can just say Between Two Castles, Essential Edition if you want on the end, but Between Two Castles. Anyhow, so what this is going to be some of the promos that came with the original one, those two, the base game and that expansion, all combined into one thing and streamlined into an essential edition. So if you have those, this is going to be the same thing. So, but if you're new to it and those aren't available anymore for purchase, this is going to be the edition you're going to get. So in this game, it's going to be 2 to 8 or 1 to 8 players. There's multiple different solo modes that you can have in this. And they definitely put a lot of love into this, a lot of new things in this. So you can even play and build your own private castle in this instead of share your castle to the left and right like you did with the original. A lot of stuff. Let's go ahead down the table. Let me show you this, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to give you my final thoughts. All right, so this is the Between Two Castles Essential Editions, which is going to be a combination of Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig and its expansion, Secrets and Soirees. Now, when you have these Essential Editions, like you saw this with Viticulture Essential Edition, it basically will take the best parts of the base game and all the different things that came out for it and put it into one Essential Edition here. Now they dropped the Mad King Ludwig part of this, so just Between Two Castles Essential Edition, which I think is a much more concise title, and I like it. But these are the components that you're going to get with it. You're going to have a really robust solo mode for this game here. There's actually 2 different solo modes that you can play in here. I'm not going to really go over them, but basically there's going to be one where you're going to build your own castle, and one where you build a shared castle similar to the base game here. And in this base game here, you're also going to have several different modes that you can play in. And these are going to be the automaton, or the solo mode components, let's say. So you're also going to get these really cool pads here for scoring up here that you're going to use at the end of the game here to score up the castles. And you get some really good player aids. Now this game will play up to 8 player. Here's some more player aids for the solo mode. But you get these really nice player aids. The rule books here, which I show you, I don't normally say much about rule books, but the rule book's really well laid out, and it's in this nice linen finish. You're also going to get a gigantic number of tiles here, way over 200 tiles here, and these tiles will fit very nicely into these really well built trays here. And these trays are built, other than the overflow sections here, to hold 9 tiles per section here, and that's because you're going to be drafting these 9 tiles throughout the game. So this is a really nice way of not only just being able to store your game, but once you shuffle these up and place them in here, all you got to do is really just pull this out, give each person a castle and a throne room, and you're ready to go. But we're going to go over that, how this game runs. All right, so this game is pretty easy to teach and really easy to set up. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to randomly have each player place out one of these castles to their left and one of these little castle pieces to their left. So everyone's going to end up having a castle to their left and a castle to their right. Now, these castles are going to have these bonus things that they're looking for. So this one here is going to get 2 points for every, or for a living or a corridor, and they have to be placed on either side of this tile here, as you can see in the picture. Where this castle here is going to be looking for having a food room or a sleeping room, and they have to have this placement here. So you're going to have these asymmetric sort of scoring that you're going to have on these. And the goal of this game is you're going to build up this castle here, and you're going to be trying to score the most points you can on the castle on your left and right. However, the castle with the lowest score is going to be your score for the game. So that makes it sound like there might be a lot of ties in this game, but oddly, there actually isn't a lot of ties. But there is tiebreakers there, and we'll go in a little bit. But you are going to take these stack of 9 tiles, and this is going to go over 2 rounds. So for the first round, you're going to be drafting to the left, and for the second round, you're going to be drafting to the right. But you're going to be taking these 9 tiles, and you're going to be looking through these 9 tiles here. And you are going to select 2, and then you're going to pass in the first round to your left, and the second round to your right. But you're going to pass it over to the left, and you're going to put that player's castle, the castle to your left here, on top of it to show that's the stack you're going to be drafting. Then once both players have their castles, or their tiles, I mean, other castles have their tiles, they're going to cooperatively talk to the player on the left and talk to the player on the right and place one on the left and place one on the right. So you're going to be looking to try to score the best. So let's say I have this living room. I'm going to probably want to put this living room here so I can get those 2 extra points. And this one, the sleeping room, is probably going to want to go over here, and I'll place it here. And then you're going to need to work together with your 2 other players to your left and right. Now, in the spirit of the game, you're supposed to be cooperatively trying to make the best castles. However, if there's arguments of where tile placement is, which is not in the spirit of the game, you are then going to need to use the oldest player to determine how to resolve it. And that is sort of like a last-ditch effort way of resolving a conflict if people aren't agreeing on where tiles go. But again, that's against the spirit of the game. Now, like I said here, you're going to be drafting these. You're going to continue on doing this until you get down to your last tile, 1 or 0 of them, and then you'll discard this tile. And then you'll repeat this one more time, but this time when you draft your 9 tiles, you're going to be going to the right instead of the left. Once this is done, you're going to score up your tiles in your castle here, and the person with the most points is going to win. So that is really how the game works, but we need to go over these tiles and how they score, because that's going to be what you're going to be aiming for in this game and what you're going to be looking for while you build these. Now, a couple things on room tile placement. So when you're placing tiles, think of it as you're looking into the castle here. And you can place tiles on the ground level here, as many as you want, left and right, that's fine. But if you want to place a tile above here, you have to have one underneath. So you have to have a foundation. But you can't place any tiles above an open area. So if I have this open area here, I couldn't place this tile above here. I can, however, place this open area up here if I wanted to. And that's because this palace is so large that you can have green spaces on the roof of things. But you also have tiles that can go underneath. And just like when you're placing above, these tiles underneath have to have something they can go underneath of. We're going to go over those different tiles that are here, but that is generally the idea of how you're going to be allowed to place your tiles out on the board here. And each of these tiles you're going to look out for having different scoring opportunities in here. And they all have their own different sort of flavor to them. One other thing you're going to look for is you're going to be looking to get room bonuses and scoring. Whenever you place your 3rd tile of the same regular room type anywhere into a castle, the castle, so your like 3rd sleeping room, 3rd living room, or whatever, before placing any other tiles, you receive a specific bonus for that tile type. You and your partner are going to decide how that's going to apply. So you have a lot of them, you're going to have a 3rd and 5th bonus here for these tiles that you're going to be aiming for in the game here. And there are several different types of rooms here. The first room type we're going to go over here is going to be the food room here. So see if I can find a food room. All right, here's a food room. So what's special about a food room? So these must be placed at the throne room level or above. So these can't go into the basement. They can be only at the throne room level or above. And this one here is going to get 2 points per quarter to its left and right. Each food room has one type of room that it wants to be either directly above or below, or to the left or the right. The food room receives 2 points for each of the rooms that are in the correct position. So this tile here can score a maximum of 4 points. Now the bonus, when you place your third room, immediately draw 5 tiles from the supply. And you're going to need to do this from these extra wells here. And you're going to choose one of those and place it into your castle and discard the other 4 out of the game. If the tile you choose to place is your third or fifth tile of a particular type, take the new bonus for that type immediately after you place it. So you can do some comboing in here. In case that there are 5 available regular rooms and there isn't 5 available rooms here for you to pull from, you shuffle the discard pile and you can redraw on there. So that's food rooms. All right, the next room type we have here is going to be a living room type, and this is actually one of my favorite types of rooms here. Now, this room here is going to give you scoring for each of the room types that matches the type that it displays on here around it. So you're going to get 1 point per one of these music rooms that are around this. So this will give you up to 8 points. So you can get a lot of points from that. Also, this has a really cool bonus when you get your third living room. You immediately choose a royal attendant. And these royal attendants here, they will score you 1 point per matching icon here on all the tiles that you have. And those icons are going to be up here. So you're going to try to match those in. You can put the royal attendants in your little castle like so. And you can have up to 2 of them in there. So that's a really cool bonus that you get for those. So these utility rooms here are going to be one of my favorite types of rooms here. These ones are going to looking for connected rooms. And in this case, it's looking for downstairs rooms to be connected to it. So this will have to be rooms that are underneath this to get you some points on it. And other ones will have different things, but basically that's going to be how the utility rooms work. When you have 3 utility rooms, you immediately draw 3 bonus cards. And then you're going to pick one. And this is a good way of making extra points in the game. You're going to choose one of them and keep it and set it face up beneath the face down up beneath the castle here. And this is going to add 2 points for the castle. So in this case, you're going to have 2 points per food room and stuff like that. So you can add some bonus tiles in on your castles. So that's really cool. All right, so the next room we're going to go over is going to be these outdoor rooms. Now, these outdoor rooms, these must be placed on the throne room level or above. And these outdoor rooms will give you bonuses here, various different bonuses. Like this one here will give you 1 point per sleeping room on the board in your palace, which is really cool. Now, the bonus you're going to get when you place your third one, you're immediately going to get to place a fountain. Now, fountains are cool. They're just going to score you basically 5 points. That's basically what they just give you 5 points. And they're an outdoor room. The next room we're going to go over is going to be these sleeping rooms. Now, these sleeping rooms, they are going to score, each sleeping room scores 4 points if your castle has 6 other regular room types by the end of the game. So basically you're going to be looking to have a cornucopia of rooms in here to be able to score with the sleeping rooms in here. So when you get your third sleeping room, you're going to get to score these towers here. So you're going to get one of these towers in here. And these towers are going to give you 1 point for everything that's underneath it. And also notice this is an outdoor room. And that's the sleeping rooms. Next, we have the corridors. Now, corridors have these little dashes on them here. So this is a corridor here. And, oh no, that's a secret room. Sorry, where's the corridor? Here's a corridor. So the corridor here is going to look and give you a point for each of the wall hangings. Like, remember when I said you could get these here, and they're going to give you points for that symbol there. That's technically a wall hanging. So you're looking for this corridor. You're looking for adjacent rooms with this sort of torch icon in the wall hanging, which the wall hangings are in this corner. That icon doesn't match, but that's what it is. So you're going to get 1 point per each of those. When you place your third corridor, you're going to get a grand foyer. These grand foyer tiles are going to give you just basically 1 point for every adjacent room. So these are pretty cool to get. The next one we're going to go over is you can get these downstairs rooms, and they have, I just had one in my hand a little bit ago. They have the little picture of a stair on them here, and these have to be below the castle. So these are going to go below the castle. And these guys right here have different things here. This one here is going to give you 1 point per room that matches the symbol above it. And that's what that's going to do. When you place your third downstairs room, you immediately choose any other room type bonus. You may choose a bonus that you've already obtained earlier or a bonus you have not obtained yet. So that's pretty cool there too. A couple more we're going to go over here. We're going to go over the activity room next. So the activity room is going to have a little picture of the harp or whatever on it. I think I called it music room later on, but it is the activity room. As soon as I find an activity room, should have one here. Oh, there we go. All right, so here's an activity room. So each activity room scores 1 point for per tile authentically adjacent to it. However, each activity room only scores 1 point if it has the room type it not want in any spaces surrounding it. So we want to make sure that it doesn't have any of these food rooms at all around it. Otherwise, it's not going to score. So that's going to be one part of that. So technically, I didn't mean not score. What I meant was that it would only get 1 point. So if it has one of these food rooms around it, it's only going to get 1 point. However, you can get up to 4 points if you don't have a food room adjacent. So that's how that works. When you get your third activity room, you're going to draw 3 ballrooms, choose one of them to keep, and immediately place it in your castle. And you discard the other 2 ballrooms. Now, these ballrooms here are pretty cool. So these ballrooms all have different scoring bonuses on the back of them here based on type. So you're going to draw 3 of these ballrooms, pick one, and place it in your castle. The last room we want to talk about is going to be the secret room, and that's the one I picked up earlier here. So what the secret room is, it just becomes where the arrow is a copy of the room that's beside it. That's basically it. That's how the secret rooms work. And those do count towards getting your 3 and 5 room limit hits. So that's pretty cool too. So that's all the different rooms you have and how you're going to be playing between 2 castles. Now, there are a couple extra modes that you can have for this game. You can do the Queen's Castle, which is going to allow you to play with 2 players. Basically, you're going to have like a dummy castle there in between the 2 players. You also have the King's Demand, where you're going to build your own personal castle. So instead of having a castle to your left and a castle to your right, you're going to have your own castle. This is a mode that I think my kids are enjoy the most. I sort of like the building 2 different castles, but building a single castle is also really fun, and you sort of have more agency over what you're doing. With that one, you're going to, when you draft your tiles, you're going to pick 2 tiles this time, but one's going to be for you and one you give to your opponent. So that means you're going to get 1 tile that you want and 1 tile from your opponent that you're not going to want. So that's also pretty fun to have to deal with that and roll with the punches with it. But that's all the different modes that you can do with between 2 castles and an idea of how the game plays here and the importance of these tiles. Let's go ahead back up to the table here and I'll give you my final thoughts on Between Two Castles. All right, so that was Between Two Castles Essential Edition. Now, as you see, the component quality for this game is through the roof, just like any of the other Stonemaier games. Really, really great quality, and a lot of love went into making this game. This Essential Edition, like I said, is going to be the one copy that you can get now, and I think it's great. I really love that it included the expansion, it included all the promos. This is just perfect. So if you don't have Between Two Castles of Mad Ludwig, don't worry, get this guy. This is going to be what you want. Now, if you already own a copy of Between Two Castles of Mad Ludwig, especially if you have the expansion, Secret and Suarez, is this really worth it for you? No, you already have the game. You're good to go. I don't think this actually does enough to persuade you otherwise. And in fact, the different modes that are available in this, other than the solo one where you need the components, you can just do with the base game. Like this one here a lot because of all of it combined, but like again, if you already have the original, don't worry about it. However, if you're new to it, this is the entry point for you. You don't need to buy those old two games. You can have it all in one go. Gameplay for this game is perfect for the group that you have a large player count. There's not a lot of great large player count games out there. You could play Seven Wonders, or you could play Between Two Cities, which is another Stonemaier games, or something in the area, but there's not a whole lot of them that really play very quickly with a large group and keeps them all interested, and this is one of them. Now, I don't remember what time it says, 45 to 60 minutes. That is way over what this game takes. This game, that's probably with the rules teach, but you can actually get a lot of games in of this and have a lot of fun. You could play this game in like 20, 30 minutes flat with 8 players. Like, it goes very fast. I guess if you have like a lot of discussion or people are arguing over like which castle pieces to put down, maybe. But this game really is a fast, fun, large player count game where you might feel that you're always stuck in party games if you have those large player counts. This is a really good option for you to get a really good game in and have that large player count. This also plays good in the lower player counts, but this one does shine when you're like 4 and up. I think it probably would work in 3. I don't like it in 2. And solo games, I hear that it's good. But that one's not for me. I'm not a really good big solo player. It really has to be just crazy in the solo end for me to even be interested. So don't take my advice too much on the solo mode for this. But for myself personally, I think that this game really shines in the larger player counts, and that's what you want to aim for. And for me, I think it's going to be 4 and up for this. If you have any more than 4, it's fine. It just really, you're looking to always have that different left and right person. So 4 and up, perfect. Overall, I like all the different modes for it. The classic one I like a lot. The build your own castle I'm definitely into, and I will play that anytime you want. I will default to the original though, where you're building 2 different castles to your left and right. But either of those are great, and I really appreciate that being in there because I think there's a lot of people that just want to build their own castle, and don't want people to have to deal with other people building large portions of what they're doing. But overall, really great game. Really highly recommended. If you've never played it and you liked what I explained on here, definitely check this game out. It's really good. It's really well done, and you'll probably love it. And that's my thoughts on it. If you like what we do, please like it and subscribe. It really helps us out a lot, and we really do appreciate it. It helps us get more content out to you guys. It helps us get better equipment and all that fun stuff. But either way, I hope you all have a great day, and thank you for watching.